What's up, guys? Welcome back once again to our Digimon World Next Order Let's Play. I think this is us, guys. I've debated you guys so many times, but luckily we're here. I think we're going to go ahead and do our Boltboutamon rematch. All of our preparations should be in place, and there's just a couple of things I want to talk you guys through really quickly before we get started. So, first of all, we're not doing it's another episode. If you caught the last one, we didn't do an intro in the last episode. We're not doing an intro again today. We're just going to keep it nice and short and simple as best we can, because, as I said, 94 hours is our current playtime at this point. I know you guys haven't sat through 94 hours of Digimon, but I have at this point, and so we're just going to try and keep it as smooth as possible. The last episode we had our fishing episode where we did all of our fishing quests. We caught all the stuff that was left for Gomamon, Mega Seedmon, Vikemon, all that jazz. And if you guys missed that, there was a revelation in that particular part that you guys might want to know about, and that is that Clive and Steve here are in the Ultra forms. So I discussed it at length in the last episode, so I won't go into it in too much detail, but basically in preparation for our Boltboutamon rematch, we did a 3-hour live stream where we got these guys up to as strong a point as possible. If I take you guys in here, these are what the stats are looking right now. We've got Clive up to 85,000 HP, max MP and max the rest. Steve, on the other hand, he's got a little bit less MP and a little bit less HP, I think. Yeah, but for the most part, both these guys are buffing off. They're going to be absolutely fantastic, and they're going to cut the mustard in every sense. And yeah, what I think is going to happen here is we're in Jijimon's house, guys, and it's Friday. We're about to go to sleep, and I think that, unless I am much mistaken, when we wake up in the morning, first of all, hopefully these dudes won't pass away. I'm hoping that they're going to hang in there, but I'm also thinking that when we head outside, we should actually get a Digimail telling us that Boltboutamon is ready and waiting for us. So, excellent, right on cue. Now, this is quite exciting, guys, because there's a couple of things going on. Let's have a look at this together. So, first of all, the secret of the Pink Stone House, we get this. I think we had to do a bit of in-game kind of time wasting in order to get this to proc. So if you're looking for the Boltboutamon rematch and you've not got a Digimail about it yet, or you're wondering what the fuck's going on, you just have to pass, I think it's 10 in-game days I read online. It might just be 7 if it's a week, I'm not sure, but regardless, the secret of the Pink Stone House: a shadow lurks in the old house. Is it a ghost? A visitor from another world? Question mark. Try and solve the bizarre mystery. You're the only one who can. So obviously there isn't too much solving to go down, in all honesty. It's just going to be us walking in, and we're going to slap this guy as hard as we can right in the face for all the stress that he's caused us in terms of this grind and whatnot. First of all, I do want to talk to Seraphimon very quickly and cash in on another nice mushroom pasta. This is going to be wasted on our boy Clive here, but for the most part I don't really give a shit at this point. We're just going to top up on our life total here, our happiness, and for the most part that's the important things. I guess we could have some rainbow drinks as well, just to make things a little bit smoother, but for the most part, I do have one last treat that I want to show you guys just before we leave the city, and that is, it's not really a treat, I don't know how hype I can make this, but basically I have actually upgraded our town square for the first time in what is my whole life. So yeah, I did that with the builder off screen. I've not seen the animation, I don't know if there is one, but we're going to go in and check that out right now. So I'm kind of excited. As I said, I don't know if we got an animation. Looks like we do. So apparently, right, okay. So apparently you do get a bit of a customization for the square. I thought it was going to be a little bit better than this, but apparently it's just sticking a massive fuck off Christmas tree directly in the centre. So the central district's facilities have gained the grade, as you guys can see. I don't know if we can actually interact with this or not, but I guess we could kind of check it out and have a look. Can we do anything with the Christmas tree? Do you guys look at this? What an expanse makes me want to run around. I don't think that's anything new. Agamon, you say anything here? Time for the Winter Festival. This is what they call Christmas, huh? He says, look at all the glitzy decorations. I got plenty of party favours to go around. Come take a look. And I guess you can just buy a bunch of stuff off Agamon because of the certain season. We'll definitely take some cheerful apples. In fact, no, we won't. I can only buy one. I can only buy one cheerful apple. And then it's sold out. Alright. Shimon, do you do anything here, buddy? I'm going to live here too, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure you said that this... I don't... Okay. So we get a Christmas tree. Fuck off, Christmas tree. I think that is to do with IRL time zones and whatnot. I'm not entirely sure though, guys, so don't take my word for it. But that's what you get if you upgrade the square. Don't know. But regardless, I also did a bit of training. We can actually bash on our museum upgrade as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It took me, well... I ran the Dimension Districts a couple of times off screen, and I was getting so knackered with it, folks. I was just like, you know what, I can't be asked doing this. So what I actually did was go into the builder themselves, speak to Boltboutamon, speak to Taomon, traded a fuck ton of resources, and got cut some really awful Truly awful deals. But you know what? We got all the resources we need, and that's what counts. So, the museum upgrade, I guess we can have a chit-chat on the way up Bonnie Resort. I think this is going to be our last ever time walking up the hill, so I may as well talk to you guys on the way. We don't have any medicine, I don't think, so if any of our dudes, I think one of our guys can actually get sick here. Do we have any medicine? It would be in here, Jack. What are you doing? Oh, I never actually thought about topping up on our recovery items. Fuck. Nah, I'll be fine. Right, we're just going to roll with this. I don't think we're going to need any more recoveries. Honestly, we have tons and tons, and if I get my ass whooped, then you guys can call me an idiot, but for the most part. We could stop in and get medicine for this vending machine. I'm kind of tempted to just grab like 3, just on the off chance that we get ill on the way up the road. I don't know if Ultra Digimon can actually get ill, and these guys certainly don't seem to be having any problems with the area. I can't even... I'm just going to buy some bandages in the hopes that that keeps us together. I don't even know if bandages can fix your sickness in this game, but... Anyways, I don't think these guys can get sick. Like I said, I think this is the last time up Bonnie Resort Hill, so we can talk about a couple of things before we get to Boltboutamon. First of all, I don't think my Rosemon lurks about inside Jijimon's house. Maybe if you proc the Digimail, go back into Jijimon's house, he might be there, and he might transport you directly to Bonnie Resort, as he did in the earlier quests. Straight up to the Pinkstone house, I mean. But I don't think that's the case. I think that after that quest, my Rosemon cuts off his taxiing duties, which is a bit of a bummer in all honesty, because... I mean, you know me, Bonnie Resort Hill, we've been along this path so many times, and if I could save another journey, then I would absolutely love to, but regardless. We have got the museum upgrade on, guys, and if you missed any of our chit-chat in any of the live streams or in any of the last episode, basically the reason I've prioritised the museum upgrade is because that will actually allow us to fight one other Digimon in this game, and that is Rosemon Burst Mode. And apparently, so I've been told online, right, this is on a forum I found from like a year ago, apparently if you upgrade your museum and go in and speak to Rosemon, who lives in the museum now, she'll tell you that Rosemon Burst Mode is waiting inside the palace. Now, it's your guess is as good as mine whether that's going to actually happen, but I have saw a video on YouTube of people fighting Rosemon Burst Mode inside the palace, so she is 100% there. It's just I don't know if this is the correct method of proccing her, but I'm pretty sure it is. So I didn't mean to fight these guys, but I guess we can get a warm-up. I will quickly mention, this is a good spot to kind of show you guys, we do actually have DG Dimension V3 equipped on for this upcoming battle with our boy Boltboutamon, and I don't know, I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or not. There's a lot of disadvantages to that, but for the most part, I think we're going to be absolutely fine. In terms of our items, it's too late to go back now, but we've got 59 super recoveries, got a couple of large ones, 5 full recoveries, and then we've got 60 regen discs, so super regens. I think we're going to be absolutely fine. I'm going to pop myself down in the bottom left for this. In fact, you know what, is he going to talk to us? He probably is. One absolute pain in the dick. Right, anyways, Pinkstone House. Here you go, guys. Boltboutamon. This is what he says when you turn up for the second fight. So I'll let it run. He's back, standing in the middle of the room, looking like an absolute legend. I will give him his due. Boltboutamon's a pretty fucking sick looking Digimon, not gonna lie. You're late. I've been waiting and waiting for you, mate. If you just fucking text us as soon as you were ready, we could have came here. We've spent so many days burning hours in the gym, but regardless. Does he say anything new? He says, oh, no need to look surprised. It was no challenge to come back to this place. So again, throwback to the last fight. Although I wasn't able to make it out of here, those barriers that Omega Alter, what have you put up, are a bother. So I have a little choice, but I had little choice but to invite you back to play some more. Oh, and I'm weary of talking. Let the killing begin. So here we go, guys. This is the Boltboutamon rematch. Hands down the hardest fight in the entire game. I hope that we're going to handle it. Here goes. Now, there's a couple of things I want to do really, really quickly, and that is to use these and talk you guys through a couple of these. So first of all, I never used these ones, guys. I'm actually covering it up, so I apologise. Greatly increases the range of attack and defence. I never ever used these, so I'm going to go ahead and use them right now. And what this actually does is that I thought in the past that this item actually just increased the range of your abilities and how far you can basically do damage. But what it actually does is increase the range in which your abilities can be buffed by other items, or so I'm told. So if I go from here, from this one, so Utility Booster S, if I go from here up to our Utility Plugin X, which massively increases attack and defense, this should be a pretty good wombo. And for the most part, that is us donezo. Sorry about the cam starter there, folks, but something I'm hoping to fix. But here we go. Back to Boltboutamon. He does still do a fuck ton of damage, and if you take your eye off the ball, folks, he will mess you up something chronic. So even though we have insane HP stats, this guy will ruin us. Now, a couple of things to point out. The reason that I left on our 3 dimension, whatever it's called, DG Dimension V3, is simply because it actually has the ability to transform him into pixel mode, and obviously when he's in pixel mode like this, he can't actually use his limit break. Now, he doesn't stay in that mode for very, very long, so there is a bit of a crossover here where we have to be careful. There is a chance he pops back out, and if we time this really poorly, and this is important, guys, so pay attention. If we time this really poorly, he could actually come out of DG Dimension and instantly use his limit break, and if he gets procced low enough from DG Dimension's damage, then we won't be able to actually block in time, which is it could be problematic. I hope we don't. I hope we can cancel as many of, or block as many of his limit breaks as we possibly can. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Is he going to do one now? I feel like he's about to do one. I'm not entirely. Yeah, there it is there. So I think he's going for Chaosmon. It's so hard to know. I should be blocking both our guys here just to be safe, but normally when we've been doing training or fights in the past, they've went for Imperialdramon every single time. So I don't know if I've actually... Yeah, I did actually block Chaosmon. That's perfect. That's so surprising. Because, as I said, 9 times out of 10, the enemies that we fight against in this game have normally went for Imperialdramon every single time, so I'm kind of surprised that he didn't block. We do have our limit break available. I kind of want to use it, but I also want to make sure that our HP is topped up to the max before I do, and I also want to make sure we have enough to block once we come out of our limit break, because I think what's going to happen as soon as we use this, he's going to take a chunk of damage, and it's going to force him to use his limit break. So I don't know if that's going to work exactly, but I'm going to be watching here. It seems like he's tunneling on Chaosmon, so he's the one I'm going to make block as soon as we come out of this animation. We do 12,000 damage to him, which is pretty substantial. Is he going to do anything here? He is. So I'm going to tell Chaosmon to block, and then I'm also just going to toss 2 super recoveries at our guys here, which should hopefully go off after this, after his Pernicious Waltz limit break. You can see this time around, by the way, folks, I failed to mention this, but this dude is level 90, I believe, and he is much, much stronger than he was the first time. Yeah, level 90. Absolutely insane. I hope we have enough recovery items and I haven't fucked this, but what I'm going to be doing... There we go, we knock him flat on his ass. Is he going to use his ult again here? I'm always conscious when we do a big whopping bit of damage that we might actually proc him, so that's something to be kind of nervous about. There's the DG Dimension crossover. Luckily, we time it perfect. We come out the other end. He's going to use his limit break, as given away by the big white Dragon Ball Z aura popping out of his ass. And we're just going to block it as many times as we can. I don't want to take one of these full on to the face. I've never seen how much damage it does, because in the last fight, luckily we managed to block perfectly every single time. I don't know if we're going to get that lucky though, so you can never be too safe. Regardless, we're doing a lot more damage to him now, which feels really good. He's back in his pixel mode, and I was kind of hoping to kind of stem the flow of super recoveries here, but I do also want to just keep our guys topped up just in the event of any emergencies. I think he's actually limit breaking again. We're doing so much damage to him this time in comparison. Obviously, 2 Ultra Digimon is so much more powerful than the one we had in the first fight, you know, the last time we fought him. We obviously had our EXE function, but now we have 2 Digimon that are close to max stats, so we're basically got double the firepower. So even though he's twice as strong, we're hitting him twice as hard, if you like. Plus, we also have our new item buffs and stuff like that. So I'm hoping we can try and get Chaosmon up to his limit break here, if I can time this a little bit better. Obviously, DG Dimension is the worst. In fact, I don't think you can get an order command off of this particular ability, because, in fact, do I need to wait for a... Am I going to wait for a limit break here? No, I'm going to throw a super recovery. I'll let them fuck this up. No, we're fine. Beautiful. So, yeah, I can't even remember what I was saying there. I got so sidetracked with bits and bobs. That is a limit break, so we're going to catch that. Yeah, what I wanted to say was I was waiting on the order points there to have our limit break plus our block, because as we mentioned earlier, I don't want to go into... I don't want to go into block mode and then, or I don't want to use the limit break and then be able to come out and then not be able to block. But you can see the difference in power level. Just having 2 max stats Digimon is obviously, I mean, I know I'm speaking the obvious here, guys, but in terms of regular commentary, you can see how strong it is to have 2 buff Digis instead of the 1. So if you are getting to this point and you fought this guy with 1 Digimon, aka your 2 partners EXE in the battle to, I mean, look at that, that was 31,000 damage. I think he's dead, guys. I think this might kill him. He goes back to his defense turtle mode. I think he's going to drop a limit break on us here. Maybe we let it land just for the sake of seeing how much damage it does. Might come to regret this decision, but I'm pretty sure he's almost dead, so it really shouldn't matter too much. So we did 31 with our combined wombo. He does back... Oh, he did 1 damage. I don't know why, because none of our Digimon were blocking. Remember when I hyped this fight up to be the hardest fight in the game? I genuinely don't even know what happened there. But regardless, we whoop his ass. Level 90, Boltboutamon can suck my enemies. The good news is we got through that fight without too much of a struggle. That did not take very long at all, which is quite nice in a way. But you never know, maybe that means we can fit some more fights into this episode. But first and foremost, let's find out what this son of a bitch is going to say to us now that we've defeated him. Honestly, don't get your hopes up too much, guys. We do get a special Digivolution Stone, which we're obviously going to check out in just a minute. 55 grand and 278 Tamer XP. Now that we've beat Boltboutamon for the second time, you think, oh, that's us. He comes back to the city. Everybody's happy as Larry, blah, blah, blah. Boltboutamon says, not yet, I see, disappointed, but I'll retreat for now. And, yeah. Do come again as many times as you want. Remember, I don't like to give up, and I have plenty of patience, so... Unfortunately, guys, that sentence right there, or those couple of sentences, that can be taken literally. So Boltboutamon will never join the city. He is a repeating boss, and if you didn't know that and you're finding that out now, then... I don't know what to say. It's a bit of a shame in all honesty, but you know, I guess it gives you some extra content to do if you really want to grind up some extra stats, grind up some extra things or whatever. Let's have a look at the item he gave us just out of curiosity. I think it was this one down here, a Pernicite. When used on a Mega Partner, instantly digivolves to Boltboutamon, and yeah. I think we can be pretty happy with that. We have his Digivolution Stone, so if ever we want to turn into the pirate fucker, we can absolutely do that. But for the most part, guys, that is us. Nowhere near as hard when we have two big guys. Obviously, the fight should have been a little bit harder, but we came so much more prepared this time, and for that, I'm pretty happy. So, what I'm going to do, folks, is I am going to try, because this episode is pretty short so far. I mean, that's 17 minutes we demolished his ass, which feels really good. I'm actually going to take you dudes up to the training facility. I'm going to pass some time, bang on our museum upgrade, and see if we can't get another fight out. Now, I think that the Rosemon burst mode fight should be a lot easier than the Boltboutamon one, but you never know, she might give us a little bit of a challenge. I guess we could also like run down and top up our items and stuff like that. The one thing that I am really nervous about is how long Clive and Steve are going to survive for, because they have been with us for a long time, and we should be able to infinitely keep their life. We should be able to infinitely keep them alive, but I don't know if that requires a certain dish from Seraphimon. We only have level 4 of our restaurant, and we don't have access to all the dishes. But what I will be doing is in a spot like this, when we can actually head down to the restaurant, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So if you see me doing this a couple times more before we actually go to Rosemon, that's why, guys, because I'm nervous that our dudes are going to pass away, which is a bit of a shame in all honesty, but that's the harsh reality. Nice mushroom pasta. I'm just going to, I mean, I guess I could be doing the rainbow drinks, because you can actually consume a lot more of these, and apparently they extend your life as well. So regardless, if we were so desperate, we could also go into some of the district dimensions, because there's actually a couple of Digimon in there, or at least one Digimon who I think you can speak to, and he actually increases the life of your Digimon when you speak to him. So yeah, I can't remember what Digimon that is off the top of my head, but it's one of the special guys. Not Omegamon, not Dynasmon, not Samudramon. It's one of the other dudes in there. Can't remember who, but anyways, I'm studying life, Magna Angemon. You can actually use this tip, guys, if you didn't know as well. The remaining life of Steve, it's getting low and I'm concerned. So if we talk to Magna Angemon, as for the remaining life of Clive, there's some time yet left, no need to worry. So that's actually quite good. I didn't think that was going to happen, folks. So did he say Clive on the, I don't know, one of our Digimon regardless has got a little bit longer. And that means that he has a good few days left in him, so that's really good. I think actually cramming down some of the rainbow drinks there actually helped helped out a lot. Now, the thing about these Digimon games is they're quite mysterious in their hints and their tips and what advice you get from certain things. So when you eat a dish, it doesn't say increase the Digimon's life by 6 hours, increase the Digimon's life by an hour, by a day, 24 hours, anything like that. It just says increases Digimon's life. And so you're kind of left in the dark, like, do I eat like as many of these a day as possible? Do I eat one just before I die? There's a lot of like, you know, hidden kind of information there that's not really revealed, and can only, I would assume can only be revealed by doing numerous tests, running spreadsheets, and, you know, running your Digimon into the ground over and over on the same save state in order to see what proc different things, right? But I've certainly not got time for that, and I don't think a lot of people on the internet would have had time for that either. I mean, maybe in a few years with this game's, if it continues to see a lot of love and affection, maybe the community will do that, but for the most part, I don't see anybody jumping sweating trying to figure that out. So who knows? But for the most part, every opportunity we get, because we are kind of in the dark, and because we have so much fucking money at this point, we're just going to consistently feed our Digimon life increasing drinks. Because honestly, if I got to the gates of Rosemon just before we were about to fight, and one of these bastards passed away, I would, you know, I'd be less than amused, shall we say. Alright, so we're going to avoid that if at all possible. So here we go, Seraphimon, we're going to down these rainbow drinks. Again, if I was clever, what I could do here is I could balance out some, I could maybe play about with some of the settings to balance out the Digimon. Because obviously one of our Digimon has a little bit more life left than the other, which is kind of interesting. Maybe that'll change. You can see here, obviously Clive can drink one more rainbow fruit drink a day than Steve can, or at least one more every time these guys need fed. Now, these guys consume different amounts of food depending on different times of day. It's kind of weird, like when they wake up in the morning they can eat a lot more than like at nighttime, which is so, I know that's what it's kind of like IRL, but I didn't think they would get that mechanically in depth with the game mechanics, right? I wonder if this will change here. Magna Angemon, have you got any different changes this time around? Just as the remaining life of Steve is getting low, I'm concerned, and apparently still for Clive there's some time left and there's no need to worry. So your guess is as good as mine, folks. I'm sorry I'm making you sit through this, guys, but we're almost at our goal. I'm basically just going to push these guys into the new day, and then we're going to wake them up in the morning and also set, well, basically proc the museum upgrade and see if we can't get a Rosemon fight. I haven't tested this off camera, so if it fails miserably, then I apologise, but hopefully we're going to get it to work without fail, and yeah, it can be a learning experience for both of us, I think. So our HP is going up very slowly. I mean, you can see here the training. I mean, 57 points for an hour in game is absolutely fucking miserable. We get very little stats. I mean, we're max everywhere else, so I guess it's the only one that we can get, the only stat we can get, other than Steve, who's obviously not max MP yet. I don't know what to say. I haven't actually been upgrading our like training apparatus with Kabuterimon. If I talk to him, you'll see that well, we can actually do our HP training, which is interesting. That's 50 grand. I mean, why the fuck not? That's all we're doing at this point, so kind of makes sense. I guess it's chow time again. I don't know if I need to be doing this like as religiously as I am, folks, but for the sake of just keeping things nice and easy, we're just going to pop in here one last time. We will actually have to do it in the morning as well, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, because yeah, both our guys are going to wake up in the morning and they're going to be a bit pissy and whatnot. Just the usual Digimon and nonsense, but I don't think we can proc our animation until we go into the new day anyway, so we just have to do this really, really quickly. HP, I'll see, we could, this is an interesting test. We're doing a bunch of shit at once here. Let's see how many stats we get from this training session now that we've upgraded our HP. So we got 57 before, we now get 69. An interesting number right there. Thanks, game. But as you can see, even we've put a 50 grand investment into the training, and I know if you were spamming the training, if you were spamming in the gym non-stop, if that's how you wanted to play the game or whatever, then I guess these like that increase per hour of training is quite noticeable, but it still blows my mind that, you know, you get such like shitty stats. I feel like the game really does want you to go out and train out against enemies and shit, but that's just me. I'm super biased at this point. Luckily, both our dudes are still alive. We're going to pop across to the old restaurant one last time. Then we're going to proc the animation and see if we can't get anything new out of Rosemon. And I'm going to hope that we absolutely do. So let's just cram some rainbow drinks. I guess Steve could take a little bit more MP boosts, but for the most part, it's not a big deal. I guess we could also now nip along to Seraphimon, or yeah, in the clinic, Magna Angemon, and speak to him about the life of the Digimon, but honestly, I don't think you guys give a shit, and I'm not really that asked anymore. Like either, if we were good scientists doing good experiments, then we would definitely check that to keep sure, or to keep an eye on the consistency of the results. But for the most part, it's all good. We're not really here to keep our Digimon alive for ages. It looks like our museum isn't quite ready yet, but it should be done. Obviously, what happened was I probably should have done an extra hour of training in the gym to make sure that happened quickly, but we woke up last morning and it took us a while to get to the builder, so that's what the short delay was. But here we are. Feels good, man. I don't know, does anything new change about the museum here? I think these pillars are now golden at the top, at the tips or something like that. Not entirely sure, but yeah, another facility onto max stats, which is some feels good, man. Let's go in here and see if we can't interact with young Rosemon. I really hope she gives us some hot information, otherwise I've been wasting my time here. What's up, yo?
Got any tips for us, Rosemon? Any spicy goss? You're going into the theatre, have fun? I mean, no, we weren't. We're not going into the... Hello, Rosemon? Please? I think it was Rosemon that's meant to tell you, but I really hope she was going to just straight up tell us. I thought we also might get a Digimail, but maybe because it's not been a full day since we Phoenixmon. Oh wow, okay. Digimon card collection is over 200. Interesting. Can you give us any tips? No. Myotosmon, any tips from you, buddy? Enter the card gallery? No. I mean, the cards are beautiful. We've got 280 out of 540, guys. Couple more extra few thousand bonus episodes where we collect Digimon cards. Holy fucking... some of the Digimon cards are actually super sick, but I really want to try and get this to proc. I think this is just all the music shit. I know this is tedious, guys, but I'm actually just, for the sake of keeping things straightforward, I'm going to reset Rosemon here and just see if she's got anything new for us. I don't know why she would, because there's no indication that she should, but... Alright, so she's not telling us anything right now. I wonder if we can just wander along to the palace and have a look. Luckily, we can be transported directly inside. I'm also thinking maybe you need to let 24 hours pass in order to proc it or some shit like that. I'm not entirely sure. But like I said, we're going to find out together. Let's go along to Aguino Wastelands, Hinterland. Should stick us straight into the Rose Palace. And hopefully, I mean, she might even just be straight up in here, but I'm not sure. Boom. Excellent. This is kind of what I hoped would happen, but I didn't actually think it would. So Rosemon's waiting for us as soon as we are transported to the palace. Oh, you, or oh my, fancy meeting you here, she says. What a bit. I mean, what's up, Rosemon? I just had to come and see. Worry not. One look around and I'll be back to this, the city lickety split. I don't know why Rosemon's here, because obviously they weren't expecting anything suspicious to go on, but what's that strange smell? Oh, dude, that was probably Clive and his leftover remnant Vegemon's here. What a hassle. Hey, you gotta take out the trash. Apparently these guys are remnants of the fights you remember at the ramp, all that jazz. So long ago, many moons ago, we dealt with all that shit. Apparently these guys are still battling. I can't believe it, says Rosemon. Is that dust? I guess she's just coming to inspect their palace and she's not too pleased. Remnant Vegemon, snore. Did she just take these guys out of the game? Something to drink. For heaven's sake, says Rosemon. What are those ghastly voices I hear? I mean, that doesn't sound like a ghastly voice. That sounds like a fucking zoo just escaped inside one of your rooms, Rosemon. Let's do it. And then apparently there's more guys fighting. I don't know what's going on here, folks. I think she was complaining about the dust and how obviously the Woodmon and the Vegemon are supposed to be looking after the palace, but obviously in her absence they're not. And I guess they're just fighting all the time. I don't know when they went to sleep. I don't know if she knocked them out or if they actually just went to... You know how she's got that kind of knockout ability where she hypnotizes people? But then she seemed a bit pissed off when they were sleeping, so I don't know what's going on here. Watch, I can eat 10 of these in 3 seconds flat, says Remnant Vegemon. What? Well, I can't do 12, and then on he goes. What's happening? It's chaos here. My room, please tell me no one touched my room, says Rosemon. Geez, she just fucking... Wow, Rosemon can fucking move, I'll tell you that much. Let's follow her, because I think we're not going to get any more understanding of what the fuck's going on here until we actually pop in. So, hopefully we get something exciting here. Rosemon's room. 3 Nanimon, not what I was expecting. Heave-ho, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hup, 2, 3, 4. Who in the world are you, says Rosemon. We are the one and only Nanimon trio. You must be punished. I guess Rosemon punished them? Are we in a fight? Ah! There we go. There we go, baby. Rosemon popping off. So she comes back to the castle. She finds it in complete disarray. She gets really, really angry. And thus, we have this beauty. Alright, awesome sauce. Rosemon burst mode. So that's how that goes down. Didn't actually I didn't realise there was this whole drama llama before it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Rosemon burst mode. Unforgivable. My beautiful castle, my palace, my room. I won't let these vulgar creatures have their way with it. Remember my anger after I carve it into your bodies. The only way to calm them is to make them pass out, I guess we say. Or, oh, this looks bad, let's get out of here. So we can actually leave if we want to, which is nice. But I don't know why she's taking her anger out on us. We just turned up. Let's see. Rosemon is level 40. She's level 40, guys. Boltboutamon was level 90 in the rematch, so I really don't know what to expect from this, but regardless. This fight exists, and I thought I would take you guys along for the ride. We're gonna get to see our limit break, what we got here. Of course. I'm never able to pronounce that, but I'm pretty sure it's French. We had that exact move inside Next Order when we did our Next Order playthrough, and it was the exact same when it popped up there. I think I gave it a go there, but I'm not feeling that confident this time around. But Rosemon Burst Mode, absolute MVP of our Hacker's Memory Let's Play, so kudos to her for being a boss there. Unfortunately, in this particular Dimension, she is absolute ass. When put up against Clive and Steve here, she just gets her absolute butt destroyed. So let's see what she's got to say. What was I doing, says Rosemon. Wolfie, I see my rage awakened my Burst Mode. Is she going to beat the shit out of these guys? Oh, poor Tamer, says Remnant Veggie. I'm so sorry I put you through that. I mean, don't even worry about it, dude. We were done in like 10 seconds. I believe you. Oh, I thought you wouldn't return, didn't? Or you thought I wouldn't return, didn't you? How awful, how embarrassing, says Rosemont. She's still a bit pissy. From now on, you better be ready for me to return without any warning whatsoever. Understood? So here you go. That's a bit of an indication as to what's going to go on after this. We'll be ready. We promise, says Rosemont. Very good. And off they fuck. Cool. Oh, back to regular Rosemont management. Yeah, okay. Nice. You've returned. But I suppose I cleared my head with all that. I enjoyed fighting with you, Wolfie. From now on, I'll come back here every Sunday to discipline my former flunkies if they're slacking off. If you come to this room on that day, how about we have a little bout just to let off some steam. Now, that's all good for today. Bye-bye. Now, when she says rematch, she doesn't actually mean give us a hot date inside our bedroom, unfortunately. We can basically come back here now as much as possible and just rematch Rosemon. So, there you have it. Didn't think we'd get through 2 of those fights, guys, but the Boltboutamon one was a lot easier than expected. Maybe we were even a little bit too strong, but regardless. That is some of the post-content fights in this game, guys, inside Next Order. And with that, I think, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are actually done. It's been so long. I have no idea how we made so many bonus episodes for this series. There is so much post-content inside this game, it's unreal. So if you love Next Order at bits and you play it every day, or you play it like, you know, you bash it out, you get the game on and fire it on like once every few months or whatever and start a new game, there's so much stuff here for you to play for your money's worth. It's actually insane. I mean, it's a JRPG. What do you expect, right? Some of these fights are insane as well, like the Boltboutamon one. We had to hard grind. You'll notice I'm not really pausing the game or that anymore, guys, and that's because Clive and Steve are pretty much, I think we've done everything we can do. There are other things. Some of you guys asked me in the series, Jack, are you gonna, you know, fully upgrade the builder and whatnot, you know, complete all the buildings? That's something I've never done before. I've never got the trophy for doing that. It is one of your options inside the game. I've also never got my Digimon to live past the age of level 30. That's definitely something we could achieve because they're only level 27. I believe there's a trophy for that as well, although I could be wrong. But honestly, all these kind of extra tasks, guys, they're a bit tedious, and honestly, I'm pretty content with everything we've done. We've covered everything there is in the game, and anything else that we have to do, like for example collect all the Digimon cards, upgrade the builder fully, anything that, you know, involves platinum in the game is all like small mediocre tasks that, you know, they won't really have a beginning, a middle and an end. It's just going to be an absolute slugfest. So I'm pretty pleased with how we got on. I mean, here's the builder. We've got our warehouse is almost fully maxed out. In here we've got a hospital and a restaurant. Restaurant in hindsight would have been really cool to upgrade fully if we had the time, but you know, we're here now and it obviously wasn't that important if we didn't need it. But I think that the last few dishes you can unlock for Seraphimon is probably really crucial in helping you get really buff in this game. So if you are hoping to grind multiple times and get your guys up to max stats over and over, you probably want to get this upgrade at some point. I think the hospital final upgrade gives you extra recovery items and stuff, so better reviving shit and things like that. The field's obviously max. We did that so long ago. Jeez, man. I feel like, this is so weird, but like I feel like I'm an old man looking back on his life. We've spent so much time playing this game, it's actually unreal. Training hall, we never got to level 3, which is a bit of a joke, honestly, but you need 20 firewood for that, and firewood is really ass to try and collect. I kind of spoke about that in the last episode. We're not going to do that. Arena, we could do. We never actually done too much with the Colosseum, and we never did any gambling in the arena either, which is a bit of a shame. Maybe I should have took the time to do that, but honestly, it wasn't something I was super thrilled about. Not really that bothered. I mean, I guess we could go ahead and pump the arena on if we want, but I'll just leave it, guys. I think we're happy. We'll leave this in a good place. The warehouse, sure, but you know, it is what it is. I'm really happy we've got to this point, folks. If you want to leave me any comments on this video about anything else, any questions about the series or any of that other jazz, I'll be happy to answer all that things. But for the most part, I think this is us. I think this is goodbye in terms of Clive and Steve. And if we ever play through Next Order again, I don't know if it's going to be a full let's play of the series. I think we're just done here. So yeah, it's been an absolute blast. It's been a dream. I'm so happy that we're at the end now because we did 45 regular episodes, I think. 43, 45 episodes, and then now we've got like 18 bonus episodes, which is like fucking ridiculous. One of you guys in the live stream quite rightly said we should have maybe called the bonus episode season 2, because there was so fucking goddamn much of it. I never expected to do this, but I'm pretty happy, guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you have watched every single one of these episodes, you are an absolute VIP on this channel, and I'm super happy to have you. Leave me all your comments, leave me all your ratings if you fancy doing that and you want to support the series and whatever, all that good stuff. Fire away, guys, do what you do best, and yeah, I will talk to you guys very soon. As I said, hit me up with whatever you want. If you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them. If you want to discuss anything in the comment with other guys, feel free. You guys are the absolute best. We are going to be starting our Let's Play very soon. It should be out on the channel pretty ASAP. I'm going to start recording it tomorrow in bulk, and I think that hopefully by the end of next week we should start to see our first few episodes appear of The Last of Us, and I want to try and make that as consistent as well. So thanks again, guys. Thanks an absolute million, especially you guys who are watching this right now. I love you guys so much. You guys are great, and yeah, thank you so much, guys. I will talk to you very soon. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and yeah, bye-bye.